Hey, what's up guys? I'm Amber Cooper. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for those who have been liking and subscribing and just paying attention to the notifications and staying connected with me. That means everything because this is a network. This is a little community right now, but it's going to grow into something so great. And I'm believing for it at least. And so every little step that somebody's doing to help it get there, it truly just encourages my heart and just makes me feel like I'm doing the right things and it's working. So if you are not yet subscribed or liking the videos, please go do that. Take the time to do that. It lets me know the type of content you want to know as well. So today I'm so excited because I'm going to share 3 signs to know when it's time to go higher. So when it's time to reach for more, okay? Because I feel like I have had to learn for me, what was a gut-wrenching lesson. I'm a planner, guys, so I love to plan out my moves and know what I'm gonna do. And I get so excited about it and analytical about it. But God has let me know that it's His timing, it's His plan, not mine. And honestly, when I do it His way, it always turns out better anyways. So 3 signs that I recognized to know when it was time to go higher. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So the first one is kind of look at your surroundings. Look at your surroundings. Look at your people that you're around. Maybe it's your job or where you're living, or have you been doing the same thing and getting stagnant, or are you just so fed up with the things that you say you're going to change, or disgusted by a habit or lifestyle or whatever is going on for you? But look at your surroundings. And if you're not feeling like inspired by it, or that you can continue to grow in any way to maintain it, or that it's even going higher at all, that is a pretty solid way to know God's got something greater for you. That's a pretty solid way to be able to tell, okay, I'm in my early 30s, or I'm in my late 20s, or whatever, 40s, 50s, whatever phase of life you're in. If you're feeling stagnant or like it's just not going to change unless you change the recipe, that's a good sign that God's saying, you need to check with me, sis, on what you need to be doing. And He'll tell you exactly what to do, how to do it. And there's always just the space to go higher. You just got to meet God in the middle for it. So that was a great way for me to figure it out, because there were plenty of times when I don't know, if I was in the dating world and I just felt like, okay, Lord, my relationships are not what they're supposed to be. What am I doing wrong? Or my job is I keep running the rat wheel and I'm just not making the traction that I should be making. What's going on? Or my friends, I feel like, they're stuck doing the same old thing all the time. I'm bored. I love them and I have loyalty to them, but I need direction that they're not offering me. Okay, take that, run with it. On to number 2. So the second thing that always helped me was what I call a little nudge. So now I understand in my level of maturity with my spirituality that it's the Holy Spirit that be dealing with me, okay? That He'll give me nudges to be doing something. And most of the time I definitely have certainty, because it's not something that I would normally think to do myself. Maybe, I can sing, but I get super nervous and bashful and shy about it. But I love it. So why those things, I don't know. but like the Lord will definitely tell me when I need to sing and give him some worship. Maybe in front of people, maybe it ain't, but he lets me know those things and I just call it my nudge. Sometimes it's having a conversation with somebody that I know I don't want to have that conversation. It is going to be uncomfortable, maybe confrontational. They're not going to like it. They're going to think I'm crazy or I'm weird or whatever it is. But whenever I get these nudges that are or sometimes it's even inspiring and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to like hit the ground running and I am so excited. But God will use that. He'll use the conviction for the things that feel uncomfortable, or he'll use your excitement for the next level, the next phase, to get you to go to him, to find out how, and to learn from him. And so you're moving correctly, and it will only develop in its own time. And then number 3, this one is a little interesting. So when you just can't get over the hump, you can't leap that hurdle, right? So you maybe you're in a situation where you're trying to break a habit. It could be, that sounds very like substance abusey, and I'm not even trying to like, I don't know if that's you, okay, that's you, but maybe it's something different. Maybe it's just cussing, or maybe it's sleeping in, or whatever it is. But maybe there's something, like for me, here's a good example. I struggle, y'all, with staying intact with my health and fitness, like dieting or nutrition and fitness is what I should say. I really do. It's like I feel like I'm constantly in a state of, okay, I'm going to start this over and here's how I'm going to do it. And I do really well for a little while and it eventually flops. Like, I don't even know, but it's really annoying to constantly hit the same wall, right? God has been dealing with me on that even now, that it's, for me, it's going to take him to create a new thing in me in order to overcome that. It's like I can have the visionary mindset and the success mindset of what I'm going after. But sometimes there's things, guys, sometimes there's just things where you just have to have God's help. Sometimes you just need it. And a lot of times those situations will require a growth in you. Maybe it's self-discipline. Maybe it's obedience. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's keeping your mouth shut. Patience. I have no idea what it is like for each person. It can be anything. But I know that that is a sure sign that God's calling you to go higher. Okay, so whether you're bored or you're feeling that little inkling or that gut feeling that you should be doing something, or you just can't make the leaps that you want to make, that is a great way to tell that it's time to start praying and asking God to give you some deliverance, to teach you the things, to hone in and refine you just a little bit more so you can become who he designed you to be, so you can fulfill the will that he has over your life. And I 1000% believe that whatever God has in store for me is better than anything I could dream up. It's better than anything I can think up. And I think that's just how cool he is. I believe that that's how he works. And with that being said, I expect it. And he wants you to be that bold. He wants you to come and say, okay, Lord, so here's the word you gave me. I trust that. I know that. I believe it to be real. Here's what I'm expecting. And now maybe sometimes the answer is no. I'm not trying to give a false hope that you can just start telling God what to do, because that ain't it. That's not it. But God wants you to be bold. And he says that for those who love him and obey his commands, that he will bless you with the desires of your heart. So take that and run with it. Oh, and if you're like me, like I had said before, I am a success-driven person. I like to see my achievements, and I like to use that as like a checkpoint of completion sometimes, or effectiveness of the things that I'm doing. Here's something that God told me literally like last week. And he said that, you know, you ride on this level, especially if you're coming from the place of you're just kind of bored, or you feel like something should be happening, right? So like you ride on this standard of excellence for a while for the way that you are living. And when he gives you pray, you ask him for the new thing, you ask him to take you higher, to give you the next level up, right? So you're going, and now you've got this higher standard of excellence. And like there's a rush, there's a high, there's that really good feeling while you're going. But maybe it's taking a little longer to reach that level of success that you were expecting again. Or you keep doing the things and it's just not what you thought it would be. I am notorious for just being like, okay, well, maybe this ain't it. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing that. Start doubting and second guessing. And God had to like slap me on the wrist, and he told me to stop. He told me like straight up, he was like, girl, no, you asked me and I told you. And he said, stop trying to measure your success between the levels of excellence that I'm calling you to. He said, instead, just keep filling that space with the best you've got. I don't care if it's a little, because God multiplies. God can make the most out of the littlest that you've got. So for me, in just an example and full transparency, this vlog is new to me. And I would love to say, oh my gosh, everybody that watches is liking it. And I don't know that. But he told me not to measure that success, because it's not the works that make it a good thing. It's my obedience and what he told me to do that makes it a good thing. So as long as you're striving to please God and whatever it is he's calling you to do, as long as you're giving it the best you've got, even if it's just a smidge, and you have all the faith that he's going to do the most with that, that is the success that you can lean on, because that's what God's looking for. And if he wants you to switch something up, if he wants you to maneuver and shift something around, he'll tell you. He'll tell you just the same way he told you how to go to the next level. So I hope this encourages you. I hope that you feel motivated to be bold and step out onto a limb and just do the next thing. Ask God what that is for you. And if you are really feeling froggy, drop it in the comments or reach out to me and let me know. I'll be praying for you. I will encourage you, and I will do my best to check in and maybe be some accountability for you. But we are all called to higher. We're never fully arrived until we get to heaven and doing what we do there, which is just praising and worshiping him. So be encouraged. Love what I'm talking about. I don't know, but really this is real, and sometimes we have to encourage ourselves. Sometimes you can't wait for that natural desire to want to do something. Sometimes you just have to do it, and you have to pull yourself up and say, you know what, I got this because God's got me, or I'm just going to give it my best shot, and if it's going to be hard, you know what, I'm going to try to make the best of it, because that's all you can do. And I will also say, last thing, I swear, people who are joyful and people who are optimistic, they have learned how to have that response to stuff. It's never you just wake up and you just are this way, and no matter what happens, you are already a joyful person. It is no matter what happens, you find a reason to be joyful or positive in response. So if that helps you in setting your mindset for the next day, the next week, the next task even, try it. I know it sounds corny a little bit, but for real, try to find the bright side and you will find that as a new habit, and it can totally change how you show up everywhere. But thank you guys so much. Continue to like and subscribe and share with friends if you think this can help them. And I will be back on Monday for another video. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys later. Bye.